Hey guys, so I just want to try to clarify something here because I stopped and filled up the gas tank, drained my tank, set into another state, and looked at some of the notifications, and I see a lot of words like go get them or confronting or different messages, things like that. The first thing that I ever wrote that got any kind of audience was called Let the Junkie Die. And it was emotionally charged writing, and I was pretty upset and pretty angry when I wrote it. I've touched on it before, but one of the books that changed my life is called The Anatomy of Peace. And the basic premise of that book is that any two people can find common ground, but you have to be willing to communicate, and you have to be open to the idea that you could be wrong. So, if I was to go confront this store, that automatically means that A, I have an expectation of their response, and B, I feel like I'm in a superior or more educated position, or C, that I am morally superior in a way that I should be able to talk down to them. No, it's not the case at all. Do I agree with it? Of course I don't. I absolutely don't agree with it. But I'm not driving across the country in anger. It's not my point. My point is that I want to listen. I want to sit down with the owner or the manager, whoever it is that's done this, and ask him, hey, is there something that's happened? Did you have a bad experience where, obviously people have been stealing from you, but is there something else that has painted your perspective this way? And then maybe bring it back around to say, okay, well, has there been a time in your life as a mini-mart owner named Abdu that you've ever felt stereotyped or ostracized? Or like people have tried to put you in this nice little box that you don't really fit in? And maybe by me trying to understand him, in turn, he could try to understand where I'm coming from and why things like this scare me and why it's costing lives. I'm going to Ohio that's first in the nation for overdoses, but I'm leaving Utah where we're fourth in the nation for overdoses. And this doesn't discriminate. It's not one segment of the population that gets addicted. Anyway. So, whenever I get service on this phone to post this one, the only thing that I'm trying to say is that I'm not going there in anger. I'm not going to confront them. I'm not going there with this idea of like ambushing this guy and saying, yep, well, I did this, so you better do this. And no, it's not going to get us anywhere. I spent quite a few times in jail, and I never did more than 30 days in a row, but even just in 30 days, when you have to share a cell with somebody, you will find a way to get along, or try to kill each other. But I never fought with cellmates, even the ones I didn't really like or get along with. Whether it was music, whether it was sports, whether it was TV shows, books, there was always something. If we tried, if we were both open to it, where we said, oh yeah, I actually really like that too. And so that's my lesson, idea, whatever you want to call it, explanation of why exactly I'm doing what I'm doing. Because I'm seeing this so often now, and maybe this stance that I'm taking is a little too hippie for some of you. I actually don't really feel like I'm the hippie type or whatever, but hate just is not going to beat hate. That's it. It's not going to work. Like, we're fighting this idea, this shame and this stigma that is rampant throughout the entire world. And at the same time, we've got people within our own community fighting with each other, different groups saying, oh, our group is better than your group, or our 12 steps are better than your 12 steps, or my dad can beat up your dad. I mean, give me a break, you guys. Seriously. Did we not all have our own reasons, our own situation that got us into this? Did we not find recovery in our own way and find our life back? When did we make this shift where we went from hoping that it would help just one person to all this fighting? So, anyway, I gotta take this, but love you guys.